Holy cramps, Batman.
This topic is not really easy for me to talk about. It just makes me uncomfortable. So I'm just going to jump right into it. I have not had a histo. I'm 8 years on T. It's not that I don't want to. It's more of a health insurance / finance / moving around in life. Well, back in 2008, I had seen a gyno here in Florida, in Gainesville. She had done a histo for my friend, so I went to her hoping she would do one for me. But after doing a histo on a young 20-something guy, she was afraid that it would send like a red flag to insurance companies, and at that time I was on my parents' health insurance. So back in 2008, that was one try, got defeated. Then 2009, 2010 was trying to get one covered through Healthy SF in San Francisco, and then, of course, moved back here. So if I can get back to SF, I'm definitely going to move that in the works. If anyone knows of any trans-friendly gynos in the state of Florida, or even Atlanta, I think there's a few. I don't know, I'm been just having so much pain lately. I'm trying to get the ball moving on that, and if I can get it done while in the South, I want to get it done. I have mentioned in previous videos that I have gotten cramps. You know, like I still kind of go through a cycle, especially when living with female partners. Or females, like when I had 2 female roommates in Portland, I will get on their menstrual cycle. Like I will start feeling when the PMS the week before, I'll start getting crampy and will feel kind of moderate cramps. Don't bleed, whatever. And so that's gone on pretty much since I started T 8 years ago. But lately, I would say in the past 6 months, and really lately as in like the past 3 weeks, I've been having terrible pain, like daily, constant, instead of maybe once every 3 weeks or 28 days or whatever, on a female cycling with a female friend or whatnot. It's just been like, I have been in pain every day. It's just been like a baseline pain every day, and it ranges from just kind of like this baseline pain where it's not too bad, it's bothersome, but it's not terrible, to where I'm doubling over in pain and it wakes me up when I'm sleeping at night. And obviously that's really unpleasant, and it's like weird to go out and be like, oh, you know, suddenly like you're launched into abdominal cramps, especially when people don't know you're trans and they think you're a dude and they're like, what's going on? And you know, I don't always want to tell my friends like, oh, I'm having cramps, you know, like even women who are on their periods don't want to talk about that. So I am pretty sure I need a histo. Like at this point it's medically necessary. And I was just wondering if anybody else who has been on T for perhaps 4 or 5 years and beyond, if they have any problems, because I've seen people say they don't have any problems with their internal reproductive organs and they don't plan on getting a histo, which is fine with me. And I think if I wasn't in such pain all the time, I wouldn't even worry about it, because it's a lot of money, unless of course I somehow got the funds for bottom surgery. So if this wasn't a bother to me, I wouldn't even really worry about it. It's not like it doesn't cause me some psychological pain to know that there are ovaries there and whatnot. I mean, it doesn't thrill me, but it also just doesn't really plague me like it might kind of get to some people. But I was just wondering, well, 2 things. If people kind of 4 or 5 years on T or longer still have their reproductive organs, and how that's working for you, if you're in pain all the time, if not. And also people that have had histos, like I've seen people a year on T get them, and I'm so jealous, but I mean so happy for them. Or, you know, just a couple of years in the transition get their histos already, and I'm like, oh, that must be so awesome. Because I feel like with my weekly shots, you know, take 100 milligrams weekly, that, especially with my overactive ovaries, that I'm at this like biochemical warfare with myself, this like endocrinological just battlefield of my body. You know, like get the shot on Monday, and then today, Friday, it's starting to go downhill and just kind of feel bleh, and the cramps are definitely more severe towards the end of the shot. When I take my shot on Mondays, it definitely helps alleviate some of the pain. So the second part of my question was, for people that have had histos, do you notice like a big change in your mood? I've heard people say, you know, they just feel a lot better, more just kind of just more comfortable with themselves. They feel like they're not at that war with the battling hormones. Or do you even notice a difference? Some people said they got hairier, got a little more muscle, they lowered their tea dose. That would be cool, because I think sometimes tea maybe plays into my anxiety. Not totally sure on that, and that's a totally different thing. But yeah, I was just wondering that. And if you were able to get it covered by insurance, this is for guys in the U.S., if you were able to get it covered by insurance, or if you had to pay out of pocket, or if you went to a public health clinic, these things all are of interest to me, and like where you did it. Just kind of doing some research into that, and just kind of interested for my own knowledge. So I'm just interested in hearing your experiences. How did you feel afterwards? And how was the surgery? Like, did you get it laparoscopically, abdominally, vaginally? I don't know if I can do it vaginally. I've never been penetrated, had sex with a man, nothing. And I don't know, I heard you kind of have to have some room there to get things out. So I don't know, how was your experience? A good friend of mine said it was like hell compared to chest surgery, and then I've seen other people where they're like, oh, I was up the next day. So sharing your stories would be awesome, because that is one area where I really haven't ventured yet, because it hasn't been in my financial landscape. And it really hasn't been a persistent problem until the past 6 months, where I would just get these acute pains, you know, just like, oh, it's terrible. And then really the past 3 weeks, just, it's like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And it sucks. So, holy cramps, Batman. Boo-hoo on ovaries that make me crampy. I look forward to hearing from you. Hope you all are well, and hope 2014 is treating you well so far. Alright, take care. Peace.